TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Talk Show Divas, streaming live out of Douglasville, Georgia, and I am Mahogany Blue. And to my left,
hello, how y'all doing? It's Venus.
And to my right,
Sasha of Rich Misses. How are you today, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes, honey. So we out here. Thank you guys for tuning in, liking, and sharing. We're a little late today, so we caught up in traffic, Sasha and I. But by the grace of God, we are here and we are safe. In one piece. We got our sister Venus. She was out of town yesterday. We thank God that the Lord brought her back in one piece. We had a little event yesterday for our sister Kat Davis.
Yes.
We had a little get together just to say our appreciation on her, surviving cancer and beating it.
What?
Yes, honey. And so we are very, very grateful for that. Also, we want to, you see Toy's not here today, so she's a little under the weather, but God spare our lives. Next week she will be back with us. And we're just going to go right into our first topic, right?
Okay.
Okay, there was a situation that occurred, I believe, like over the week, last week, with a young lady and a gentleman. And what happened was, it was surreal to me because the sister basically gave the brother, the okay to basically sleep with her little daughter. You know, there was text messages and things like that, and it was very, very, very graphic. It was a lot for a lot of people to deal with. A lot of people were hurt by it. People were flagging it, getting it pulled, and it was just a lot of things that was going on. And I just wanted to get the girls' intake on it because I do have something to say on it because you have to be mindful of what you do, when we have children. So I wanted to go with you first, Venus, if you don't mind.
Well, my intake on it is that where in your right mind do you find that it's okay to even want to sleep with a child? You have all these opportunities out here. You have people who are just literally giving it away. Mm-hmm. Like, you have so many choices as an adult. Yes. And so many things to pick from for as whatever your fetish and your pleasure is with the internet, with dating sites. I just don't see how could you find interest in a child. Especially with me having girls, yes. I definitely don't understand how you can find interest in a child. How can you as a mom bring that into your home? It's a lot of mental illness going on. The whole situation is like a red flag. Yes, like, Lord. She's not in her right mind at all. It's almost like demonic.
Yes, it is.
Like, who does that? You know what I'm saying? I just don't, as a parent, first and foremost, you want to protect your kids at all costs. Yes. So when you are the parent putting the child in a dangerous situation, if I can't trust my mama, like, who can I trust?
Period.
So my sympathy is more so for the daughter because she's brought up into a situation that she had no control over. And then the mom, sick. That's the only word I got for her, is yes. Sick. Very, very sick. Then the guy, the boyfriend, double sick. Like, where do you find in your right mind to even put your hands on a child in a sexual way? And I feel like so many women got to understand that, with me, it was a trials and tribulation when it came down to my kids. When me and my husband split up, my kids don't meet nobody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Who needs to see your kids? That's what I can't understand. That's with right. These relationships. Like, why are you bringing so many people around your kids? Mm-hmm. We know what her intentions was, which it wasn't good. At all. It was very sickening because she was turned on by her child sleeping with her boyfriend, which I thought was disgusting. But at some point in life, you got to wake up. Like, it's reality. And people want to think that type of behavior is normal. It is nothing normal about that. Period. That is very sick, twisted behavior, for one. And number two, it's like, as a man, I grew up close to my father. Mm-hmm. My kids are close to their dad. You know, and as a man, I've never ever seen anything like that. I can't relate.
At all.
I can't relate because my dad always told us, you know, you could always talk to me. You could always tell me what's going on. And I don't, I just feel so bad for that child because just think of what she's got to go through, you know, she's traumatized. You know, it's just sick. It's sick.
Sasha, what's your take on it?
Well, I'm a little closer to the story than most. I was molested at 4. My mom had a dude that was her, the best man of her and my dad, and they had some sick stuff going on. And she knew, and it was her, I called it a generational curse because I later found out from my auntie that my mom went through that when she was young. And what made me say it was a generational curse is because when my daughter turned 4, I was here in Atlanta. My mom started calling me all of a sudden. I want her to come home, I want her to come home, I want her to come home. And I'm like, what's going on? Now, mind you, he did what he did all the way up till I was like 9 and then tried to continue into 13. But by then I got like real sassy and off the chain. But when I left Michigan, I took my baby with me. And I actually wouldn't leave until she could tell me her body parts. You get what I'm saying? And I honestly didn't want to, I didn't marry because I was like, if somebody touched my children, I'm going to kill them.
Yeah.
Like, and I knew that. So when me and the guy that I was with for a long time didn't get married, it was like, okay, it's over for me getting married. I'm going to have to wait till my girls are old enough. And because they were beautiful girls, they were blossoming, and I didn't want no mess. But anyway, long story short, 4 years old, my baby turned 4, mama started asking for her to come home. I'm thinking like, it's no problem. Why is you so determined? I get there, he there. She had cut ties with him when I was 13. But all of a sudden, now that my baby 4, that's when I knew it was a generational curse. I have no clue what's up with the 4-year-olds. And that's why I never really commented, you know, when y'all was talking about the show. And I really didn't know I was going to even talk about it today. But what I know for a fact is that is something very common. And a lot of women do it to keep a man, to have a man. I don't know why. And I just send prayers out to that baby.
Well, first of all, I'm sorry about that because I didn't know that about you. You know, and it takes a big person to even put themselves in that situation to have people openly say that because you actually helped someone. You did, Sasha. You helped somebody out there. Because this incest has, like you said, has been going on for years. And I do look at it like generational. I do. It is very generational because that's a sick-minded person to even get aroused over a baby. You know, it's like Venus said, there's so many situations out here where women, there's very given of themselves that would not mind laying down with a man. You feel what I'm saying? It's just so much. I can't fathom the idea of anybody being around my kids. Like today with the situation, you know, when they're coming from church and you pick me up, I don't care. I don't mind putting me out there. Coming from church, and I just called my production manager, Felix, and let him know, listen, you know, my daughter wasn't back yet. I didn't want to leave my kids unattended. I'm very fearful of things. It's so much stuff going on in this world that it's not only little girls are being touched, it's little boys too. You know, and you cannot, just on the strength of wanting to be with somebody, have anybody around your children. Whatever you feel you want to do, that is A-O-freaking-K. You're a grown adult. Do what you want to do. Live your life to the best of your ability, but protect your babies. Protect them because we all they have. She doesn't have a voice at this point at 4. She doesn't have a voice. She doesn't know what's going on. And the thing that freaked me out is how he was holding her in the picture. Like she belonged to him. And you all right with that. These people need to be under the jail as far as I'm concerned. Like in certain countries, we was talking about that before on the show, you know, certain countries is an eye for an eye.
Exactly.
He would have been killed if that was another country. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we have to pray these people. And I'm going to tell you something straight up. If you see something, please say something. Don't turn a deaf ear eye to anything.
Or like with me, I told my grandma by mistake. I didn't know. She suspected. Granddaddy put guns to the man's head, y'all. When I got back in the car, I had to ride back home with her and him. She turned around and said, "What you tell for?" Then in that moment, and I'm saying this for other young girls, in that moment I made a decision. I don't trust authority. I can't trust nobody. I'm not safe with the people that I loved. And it affected my whole life. Not until I learned, and that I didn't matter. Not till I learned, that I am loved, that I do deserve better, and my book is coming out, and I'll be able to talk about how it actually really affected me. But I'm saying this to say, some of these girls tell, and it don't stop.
Get worse.
Don't send them back to the same person that allowed it to happen, because that's what happened with me. Like, they told, and it was just like, what you tell for? And then I was like, and nobody understood why I would be friendly, but then at the same time, I was really secluded from everybody.
Exactly.
I tell you stuff that you think was important to me, that didn't matter to me.
Right.
I just was saying whatever I needed to say to survive. And that's the most important thing with these kids. If they telling you, please don't send them back to them people.
No.
Them people got a sickness. Don't send them back. When I finally told my mom when she got older, she just looked at me like I was crazy, like she couldn't remember nothing.
Wow.
And then look how God worked. I ended up taking care of her. That's when I knew I loved her. But I didn't even know I loved her because of that.
Yeah.
I'm serious. So I'm just saying, like, y'all, if y'all out there, if there's some babies out there that's hearing this, if it's some mamas out here that's sick, get yourself checked in. Get your baby away from you. Have enough strength to say, let me get my baby away from me because I don't trust myself. Do that for them.
That's hurtful because you know what? I'm going to tell you something on the real. How the freak, Sasha,
Real talk.
how did, like, that's making my eyes tear. How did you even, like,
I
find it in
didn't.
your heart to forgive your mom?
God is so good. Yeah, I didn't know I loved her. And when I went to college, I kept dreaming about somebody dying. I thought it was my brother because he ended up on the crack stuff. And turned out it was her that was on her deathbed.
Wow.
And I was getting, remember Grambling? We was in the marching band, and we excited about going to play for Grambling, right?
Yeah.
And I get on the bus, and I'm like, I'll go check on her in a minute. I'm going to play for Grambling. And I started crying. Tears just started falling down my eyes. And somebody said, what's wrong with you? They had already told me that something was wrong with my mom, but I was going to go after the game. This just go to show you how much I didn't know I loved her. So my friend said, didn't they say your mom's sick? And I was like, yeah. And they was like, maybe you hurt because of that. And I was like, what? And I'm thinking to myself, I don't even love her. Like, you know, because in my mind, I'm thinking I didn't love her.
What happened.
Y'all, when I tell y'all, I decided to get off the bus, and as I walked back to my place where I was staying, tears just started streaming down my eyes, and I discovered a love for my mother that I did not know I had. And I ended up taking care of her for 20 years after that. She had had a spinal meningitis, bronchial meningitis, and a stroke, and 2 seizures. And I took care of her to her deathbed.
Wow.
I grew to love her. I grew to get to know her. And if it wasn't for God doing that, I wouldn't have had that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything works out. I mean, it just does. And then I was able to, like when I told you she looked at me like that was because one day I went to my church, and my church was talking about forgiveness. I go to Hillside, and they started talking about forgiveness, and they said, if you're going through something, and I had never cried. 20-something years old, I'm in church crying like a baby about the molestation. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Took many years for me to still love myself after that. So that's why I'm telling you, for the babies and for the moms who don't believe their girls, like when their girls are young girls. I got so many friends who are young girls who are developing, and the mom tell them there's something going on with the man, and they not believing their children. Believe your children.
Exactly.
Don't choose no man over your children. I didn't care if I didn't get married, because I promise you somebody was dying if they hurt my babies. It was just what it was. And I thank God my girls have never been touched. You know what I'm saying? So I was determined to break the curse.
You did it.
I did, and
did.
that's how I was able to forgive her. I love her. She's been gone a minute, but I love her, and I thank God for that, because if I wouldn't have took care of her, the people that watch this show with me, they're my Michigan people. They know my story. They don't know about this. I'm just choosing to reveal it at this moment.
It's okay because you are healing somebody, because this little girl is going to go through some trauma, honey. She's going to go
Yes.
through some trauma. And guess what? There's new cases. There's old cases, but there's some new cases that will come out. And we have to be the voice for these things.
And people going through
You
this
know?
stuff all over the
Yes.
world, and we just don't know. And it's, you never know people. You know, we always want to give people the benefit of the doubt. I know I'm a very free-spirited person. You know, I always see the best in people. But the last 3 years, a lot of things in my own life, a lot of things in the people that I love life, it made me really, really rethink how I think about people. Like, everybody's a suspect to me. Everybody has an ulterior motive to me.
But you know what, sis? You can't
Until
be
they're
like that.
proven, I mean, until
Until
they
they
prove
prove it.
themselves
But
to
you
me.
know what? Just understand this. As long as you stay true to you,
Exactly.
listen to that. You was true to you. You're true to you. I'm true to me. Toy and them are true to them. And Kat. As long as you stay true to yourself, people are not going to change.
Right.
They going to be who they be. So I had some stuff that I went through and I was like, dang, it used to hurt me. And then my aunt said to me, she said, you gonna sit up here and wait for these people to apologize to you and come to you and tell you they sorry? You gonna be waiting forever. You need to forgive, give it to God, and let it go. Because that's the only way you gonna heal. Because see, now they got to deal with what they done did to you and how they done hurt you. And then I thank God that I've never been a product of incest or molestation. But I know I've heard situations in my family that has happened in my family. And I'm not going to lie. And I'm not going to say any names, but I've heard it. And it's just got to stop. Because it's absurd. I've heard it.
I heard it in my ex-husband's. And this wasn't from no hearsay. This was from the source. You know, so it opened up. It definitely opened up my eyes about how close people can be and how hush people can be.
That's right.
Because like my dad was the mouth of our family. You know, he was the voice. You know, he always made it okay. You know, if something was dysfunctional or wasn't right, he was getting to the bottom of it.
Sure enough was.
You know, he was like, we ain't living like that.
That's right.
You know, and when I get around people, like I said, you know, I was married at the time, and I don't think, I may have had my oldest daughter at the time, but just hearing that and looking at the situations like, wow, you know, just swept under the rug, just like, you know, like it was a cold, you know.
I want to piggyback off what you said about, you know, trust people. So what I had to learn is to trust God.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not just trying to be like no martyr
Yeah.
or nothing,
No,
but
that's not-
just
no,
being
you're
real.
right.
Like, what I'm clear is if you trust God, because it could have been a lot of hate. That's what cancer's made from.
Right.
That's what diabetes and stuff
Any
is
type
made
of
for.
sickness.
It's when you harbor in hate and hurt and pain. I love everybody. I literally start that way. And if they do something that show me they don't know how to value who I am as a person that love you, then you don't get the front seat of my life. It's
Come on
just
with it.
what's so. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy being fun. I enjoy loving and supporting people. A lot of people be like, oh, she just, you know, push up. No, I just enjoy. I truly enjoy giving. So I'm not going to stop being me because you don't know how to appreciate it.
That's right.
I'm not. Because I used to try to do that. I'm going to be mean. That ain't in my
And
spirit.
you know, I don't even be mean.
Yeah.
It's my thing is that, you know, I'm at a place in my life where negativity cannot exist.
That's right.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have any hurt or any hostility really towards nobody because I'm just a adventurous person. I have to move on. You know what I mean? So I have to move on, but I choose how I deal with things now. I choose how I deal with things now. You know, I used to always want to make the right decision to help everybody else. Like, it's time for me.
Come on with it. I
It's
just was
time
saying
for
that.
me. It's time for me. Like, what I'm trying to do, if it ain't important to you, that's fine.
That's right.
I see you when I see you. I see you on the other side. You might can't see the vision. You might can't see where I'm going, but I know where I got to go. So my trust now is trusting God's plan for my life.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Amen.
trusting God's plan for my life. The decisions that I'm making now is decisions I ain't never think I was going to have to make. I never thought my kid's father was going to get killed. You know what I'm saying? I never thought, you know, we weren't going to live to be older. He wasn't going to live to retire from his job. So the decisions that I'm making in life now, the things that I am trying to, what I am doing is what's going to be best for me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And my family. And that's the thing about with life, with a lot of times with relationships with women, they're not even happy. They just
Period.
want to be with somebody.
That's right.
They want to
Don't
be
wanna be alone.
accepted by
Don't
somebody.
want to
They don't
be
want to be
alone.
alone.
That's right.
Yep.
Like, you know, women, they feel like, okay, if I'm this size, he'll love me. If I'm smaller, if I'm this, people, they gotta love themselves. A lot of
right.
guys, they don't love themselves. A
Period.
lot of guys who mistreat women, they don't have a good relationship with their mom.
That's right.
Or the person who brought them up, they were abused.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When you dig into getting to know people, they have a lot of issues.
And that's true because a lot of men was also abused.
Yes.
Because we weren't always adults. We were
No.
children at one point. So, a lot of men were all, and because of the testosterone, man, I'm masculine. I ain't telling nobody about how I was touched on multiple occasions from a child to a young adult. I don't want to tell nobody that because I don't want them to feel like I'm less than a man. You feel what I'm saying? And then this is where history repeats itself. Like you said, you broke that cycle with your daughters. It never happened. And it won't happen. And it won't happen, thank you, God, to your grandchildren, your children's children's children, and henceforth all the way around. You know what I'm saying? You broke that cycle. And then that's what we have to do because what they say is to be alive is to be aware of everything of your surroundings. Right. We are a type of women that don't have anybody. Listen, I'm really good with being by myself. I don't need no man to be with no man. It's all right. It's okay. But one thing is for sure and two things are certain, my kids know that I would never put them in harm's way. Exactly. Just like the rest of us on this panel as women and mothers. We've been through too much. We ain't trying to throw our kids out there to the wolves.
So what the main thing is, I think, with the moral of this story is know your worth.
Yes.
Don't put yourself, because if that person will abuse your child, they'll kill you.
Yes.
To keep that secret.
Yes.
So know your worth, move on. Let God finish working on your love story and quit trying to write it and put the period at the end. That's what I had to learn.
Be okay with being with yourself.
Be okay
That's
with
the
being
affirmation
single.
I created.
Exactly.
I'm not by myself. I'm with myself.
That's
I
right.
love myself. I appreciate myself. And y'all do mirror work. I used to have to look in the mirror and go, Rose, I love you. Rose. I mean, I would do it daily until I got to the point where I would smile and say it. Because at first, it was like I couldn't even look myself in the eye.
That's right.
And I'm going to tell you another thing that's important. If you see little kids walking down the street and they head down, or in school with their head down, something happened.
Yeah, it is.
I would only lift my head up in school and say, hey to everybody. I would speak to everybody, but I would walk with my head down. Why? Because I was ashamed.
Yeah. But like she said, love thyself. Trust God and put yourself first.
Exactly.
Love you enough to know that you deserve better. So on that note, guys, it was a touchy situation, but we got to go on break, okay?
We'll
So
be back. Y'all like and share.
Thank you.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Hi, this is Bill Duke, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
back again from our brief break. Talk show Divas, streaming live out of Douglasville, Georgia, TV 1061. We want to first give a wonderful shout out to our one of our wonderful sponsors, Etcherson's Builders. Yes, they are building, making, and moving and shaking, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Felix Washington, our executive producer, which we love, love, love.
Thank you.
That's the man of the
boo,
hour.
boo,
We
boo,
love
boo.
you, Felix, for real. Shantae Boxtel, we love you, sister girlfriend. It wasn't for you, a lot of this stuff wouldn't be possible with your hard work and everything like that. What is it? Teamwork make the dream work, right?
That's right.
We want to give a shout out also to our baby boy Marcus in the back, rocking us off and, you know, showing y'all what we got. So we got a, we actually have I wouldn't say so much as a topic. It's just, it's where you're at, right?
It's a reboot.
Yeah.
It's a reboot to
Yeah,
what
we-
you want to do and where you're at and what your goals are.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm going to just let Sasha, you go ahead and start, baby.
Okay, so everybody, listen. Y'all had January, and you know how in January you created your goals and all that, and you were like, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna lose this much weight, I'm gonna do this, this, that, and the third. I want to challenge you to make now, the beginning of spring, be your New Year's resolution, a reboot.
I like it.
And so, and the reason I say that is because you create in the springtime. That's when it's the new birth, the new everything. I created what was called a manifestation board during January time, because I call that my harvest time. And in my manifestation board, it was so ironic. There was a sister, Stormy, which I've been reaching out to her to be on the show. She's one of the she's a millionaire, but she's on Forbes. And on Forbes, she's working to try to get 10 women to be millionaires. Now, soon as I seen her on social media with the Forbes thing, I look up at my board, and my board say, my manifestation board say top female entrepreneur on Forbes, and I have my little picture on there. I said, Stormy, can I be one of those people? And it just rebooted my whole movement on what I want to do. When I was sharing with you today, like I want to make this much a month, then I want to go to this much and this much. So what we're asking and challenging women to do right now, or men, you know, if it's men looking, but you know, we divas, so we talking to the girls sometime. What's your goals? What you up to? Are you on point with your goals? Reboot, reboot, reboot.
Love it. I love it. Reboot.
Reboot. Let's
Because
do
it's
it.
actually still a new year.
It's the new
It's
year.
still a new year. So it's a win-win. Reboot, I love that, Venus.
Ooh,
Come
my
on, baby.
goals.
You got some big
I
goals now.
set some
Come on
big.
with it.
I set some high standards on myself, and I think I'm so hard on myself because I'm the type of person, I feel like go big or go home. And I have not worn a girdle
Damn.
since 2019. I'm sticking to it. I'm not faking the funk with my weight loss. You know, that is one of the biggest things that's real near and dear to my heart, because I am a very emotional person when it comes to my weight. It depends on what I'm going through in life. My weight goes up, it goes
That's
down.
like with all of us.
So like, I'm so proud of being spandex free.
She's in recovery, honey.
Definitely have not worn no girdle. I've been loyal to eating right. You know, I do occasionally grab something outside of what I don't cook on my own, but I've been very loyal to eating clean. I've been sticking to my goals with It Works. It Works is a supplement that I am a manufacturer. I deal with the manufacturer as a distributor, but I do take the product. So, you know, just cleansing myself, and not just as in my body, but my spirit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff with me, it's like a rebirth. You know, I'm sticking to my goals. I'm sticking to the things that I want to do. You know, my goal is 7 streams of income, because they said that's how you become a millionaire.
That's right.
So 7 streams of
taking it on.
income.
That's right.
Exactly. So, you know, being more dedicated. I love to cook, you know, of course, and I love to bartend. I love certain things in my life that I got skills behind, you know, putting the things that you already know how to do and more into motion.
That's correct.
Because a lot of times we want to pick up other things and say, oh, well, I can do this and I can do that. But you want to master something first.
That's right.
You know, I feel like I have mastered bartending. Anybody who has had Sassy Punch can testify
Sure can.
that I have
can.
mastered
That's Sassy Punch.
bartending.
Yes.
You know, I definitely have mastered baking and cooking, because that's something that was in my genes and I grew
DNA.
up on. So now, you know, it's more so I'm doing more things for it. I got to get back with my domestic violence, because my sister was a victim of domestic violence. So I've kind of backed up off from doing some of the other events. And it's not that I don't love the exotic entertainment world, but I got some personal goals I gotta hit.
That's right.
It's some realistic things that I gotta hit, you know. And like I said, near and dear to my heart, women and children has always been one of the things, even before my sister was killed with domestic violence. So working more with domestic violence, giving back, you know, feeding the homeless. That is another thing that's a big passion of mine, you know. And the thing about it, it's not just the food, it's the toiletry items. I've had a lot of people, you know, give me toothpaste, toothbrushes, and, you know, things like that, soap, deodorant, you know, making those little Glad bags and going, it's just a Ziploc bag with things in it to us, but to them it's essential on how
That's right.
they can brush their teeth, how they can wash their face. And, you know, I can't save everybody, but I can start
Yes, you can.
somewhere. So my main thing was like working on myself, you know, giving more to me instead of everything else. You know, I want to support other Black businesses, you know, definitely do more hosting, you know what I'm saying? But do more things on a positive note. Like everything that's drama filled and everything that's negative seems like it gets so much publicity. But when we're doing the finer things in life and the great things in life, we're trying to, you know, build up as a people, like even voting. Like that's a big thing. You know, we all went out and voted when it was time for Clinton. We all went out and voted when it was time for Obama. Apparently, we all didn't go out and vote when it was time for Hillary.
We weren't feeling her.
You know, wasn't feeling her, or, you know, whatever, Russia, you know. But I just want to get back to the things that are more important. You know, like my dad used to say, control what you can control. And what you can't control, you pray about it. So I just want to get more control in my life. So I feel like my vision board is on point. My focus is on point. You know, meeting you guys, that wasn't something that I didn't know was going to happen.
Yeah,
you know, so going into everything in another realm of life, I think I'm there.
You are.
How you feel like yours is going, girl?
Oh, girl, Hunter. I've been tired. You know, even in my sleep, I'm visualizing my success.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard.
Because money don't sleep.
Money don't sleep. I said that to Garrett last week, and he was like, "Oh no, you gotta sleep." No, you do, but it's a figure of speech.
It's a figure of speech.
Not
We know we got to
literally,
sleep.
yeah, not
but we
literally,
know
but figuratively.
we got to make
You know,
money while we sleep.
I got a lot of stuff that I'm actually pushing to become greater. You know, first is being true, like I said, to myself, and knowing my goal. Because, like she said, if it's not something that you can see yourself doing or you have a passion for, you're not going to want to do it. You're just looking at it for the dollar sign, and that's just not what we do.
And it's not going to keep your focus.
It's not going to keep your focus. It's going to be for 3 minutes, and then guess what? Off to the
Or
races.
3
Now you're going to
months.
pick to something else that
Exactly.
you think that fits you. Go with what your dream is. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I'm working on. My cooking show is coming in the spring, which the spring is here. It's going to really be a big spin-off of that. It's going to be really dope. I'm going to incorporate a whole bunch of other stuff in there. I want to give people opportunities to actually branch out and get branded. You know what I'm saying? In a way that they've never seen before, because you never know. Some people are so scared to speak about what they want to do.
Right.
You know, in fear of, oh, they don't believe me, like Venus said earlier. Oh, I don't care really who don't believe in me.
Sis, let me tell you what, I'm so glad you said that, and I'm going to let you finish what you're saying. I had a situation, and I'm not, and you know, no shade intended, but I got to put the shades on.
Go
for
ahead,
this.
come on with it.
I've had people, because I love alcohol infused products.
Okay.
Because I'm a bartender.
Okay.
So I find the love and the comfort of making things sweet with alcohol.
Okay.
And I like to tend to go to my adult crowd because that's what I deal with. But you know, I've had people make similar things because I posted it. I've had people start selling drinks, but it's all good because you know what I learned? My talent can't be stolen.
Period.
What I know how to do and what I learned and how I learned it, because everything I learned, I didn't learn from me. I didn't learn from a book. I learned from my grandmother. I learned from my dad. I learned from my aunts. I learned from my mom. See, in my household, my mom was the baker. My dad was the cook. My dad taught my ex-husband how to grill. He didn't know nothing about no barbecue.
All this stuff is in your DNA.
It's in your DNA.
It's in your DNA.
And that's the thing about it. Like you said, you want people to brand themselves and you want people to branch out. Stop thinking that you can just hold up talent because they make money every day. And it's enough money for all of us to make it.
Whole bunch of room at the top.
Yes, it's a whole bunch of room. But you know what? It's more room. God is not going to bless you with something that you can't control.
Come on with it.
If he cannot trust you with your paycheck, he is not going to bless you with $1 million.
Girl, was you in the church today with me?
That's what
I
he
thought it was
That's what he
feeling
said.
Don't be
Exactly.
trying to
So
talk
yeah,
about
He
back
said
to what
there's
you
levels
said.
to, there's
sis.
levels to
it.
everything. So he says if he sees that you're not able to deal with the little bit of haters,
Exactly.
he ain't. It's bigger haters. The bigger you get, it's bigger haters, honey. So if he see you can't deal with the little
The
stuff,
bigger
and you
the
get,
blessing, the bigger the hate.
So peep this, y'all. All of y'all out there in this land, who we are, okay. Y'all know I'm a brand manager. Y'all know what she's doing as far as dealing with the cook show, the radio. Y'all know what she's doing with the infusion. But guess what Talk Show Divas is doing? We is giving y'all opportunities to come out here and be interviewed. We giving y'all opportunities to do your commercials on our show.
That's right.
We got YouTube, Instagram. We got followers all together with all of our platforms. We got over 100,000 followers with everybody's platform. And we're giving you opportunities to what's the name. So if y'all know one of us, DM us or email us or reach out to our Talk Show Divas and let us know y'all want to be on the show. Y'all want to get interviewed. Y'all want to get somebody to know about your business. Y'all want to be one of those advertisements when we take our break that we're talking about your business. We're doing that now. We're also going to be doing a monthly networking event that will allow you guys to be able to network with us and be
Kinda
able.
like a pop-up shop.
Yeah, it's like a pop-up shop to be able to let people know about your products and services. And if y'all have events or things that got pressed, invite us out. We will come out and work the red carpets for y'all. It's time for us as entrepreneurs, as black business people, positive people to get together, support one another, and do things that implement the greatness in doing what you're up to.
Because you know what? It's so much we gain when we help each other.
It is. We can lose nothing.
No.
Because that's what I said last week, and I know everybody was quiet. I was like, you know what? As a black race, we kind of really lose it. Because you look at a lot of other nationalities, how they really stick together. If I see you have a dream, but you might not have the equity for it, I'm a builder. I am going to help you. You know what because I believe in you, and I know you mean what you said. I'm not going to even, when I tell you, I just created something. I have a company, and I'm not going to put the name out there. Because
we gonna wait.
We gonna wait.
We gonna wait.
But I just created something for women that are premenopausal.
That's beautiful.
And it's fire. When I tell you, it automatically stops the hot flashes. I don't care where you're heating at. You know what I mean? And this is like what Sasha said. This is the platform for if you are an entrepreneur or you're a business owner to come on through because you could do your banners here. Our prices are cost effective because it is a fee. The
best things in life ain't free.
Best things in life ain't free because, we have to pay for these, being on YouTube and all of these things. And you know what I'm saying?
These lights.
These lights and all of this stuff in the studio. And none of this stuff costs. I mean, none of this stuff is free.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Costs
But
money.
at the end of the day, your bank will not be broken because of our fees. You know what I mean? It's something for everybody. Even if you had like a McDonald's job, just to say, and you have a dream. Walmart, wherever you work at, it's that cost effective.
Girl, I went into Office Depot to print out my resume, and the guy, he was looking at my resume, and if I was being nasty or being sarcastic, I could have missed the whole mission. And I was about pissed off by the time I got there because I had went to like 2 different places and they couldn't print it. One didn't have ink, one didn't have the paper that I wanted because I wanted it on the formatted paper, not just the plain paper. If you actually go and talk to somebody, you want it to be presented the right way. And he was looking at my stuff. He said, oh my God. He's like, you got so much experience. He was a Haitian guy. And he was just, he was telling me different stuff. And he said, oh, I grew up in England. I grew up in London. My passion is to open a restaurant. Where in the world would I just fall into place like that?
Because it's destiny.
That's divine order.
That's divine order, and that's going with my spirit. If I would have been so caught up with not going with my intuition that God gave me, my discernment, and said, well, I'm just going to go home. I ain't forget it. I'll do it tomorrow.
You would have never met him.
I would have never met him.
And you probably was able to give him, which I'm sure you are, because I know the type of person you are, words of encouragement.
Exactly.
To build him up, to let him know, listen, you could do this, but maybe not saying it in that way, but just giving him that extra inspiration because you are who he needed to have in his circle because your platform, look at your platform.
Yeah. And he was like,
I've been so that's a blessing.
He's like, I know how to cook. He's like, but I don't know how to bake like that. We started talking and looking at each other's pictures and just coinciding. It's like, that crab in the barrel mentality, we definitely gonna have to leave that
Let it
alone.
go.
Straight up.
We got to let it go.
There's this statement. One of my sisters, she said it, and then when I was in school the other day, this girl talked about it, and it's about get your own bag. Now, what's your bag? Your bag is what is designed by God for you.
That's right.
Nobody can take it. Nobody can implement it. Nobody can do. Like, I had a girl that was trying to use Rich Missus. I reached out to sis. I'm like, yo, I've been had this business since 06, sis. I can't let you, run with that.
Exactly.
Like, this is mine. I trademarked this, what have you. But when you get your bag, when you get that, your thing that you have with these young ladies that's for premenopausal, and your thing is that I don't care who try, I take it as a compliment.
Exactly.
It's
I
a
get real
compliment
flattered.
when you sit there
I
and
be
think
real
you can do
flattered.
what. But I know one thing: don't nobody have the nurturing spirit that I have. Nobody been through what I've been through. That I'm able to reach.
Nobody
those
knows
sisters,
your story.
Right. That I'm able to reach them from that space, and it's the same way with you and whatever you're up to and your dream. Trust God. Trust the vision. Get up every day. Motivate yourself. Do whatever you need to do to make sure you get your bag for you. Period.
Come on with it.
And we right here to support you, y'all.
And the thing
All you
about
gotta
it,
do is let us know.
complete
Love it.
strangers with you marketing yourself and with you advertising yourself and you being legit and marketing yourself is so powerful. When you got a platform, what I'm saying, don't be scared to invest in your business.
That's right, baby.
So many people, they don't want to invest in their logos.
That's right.
They don't want to invest into websites. They don't want to invest into stuff, but you got to realize you're going to stay stagnant.
That's right.
You're gonna only reach so many people.
That's right. And if you don't know where to get these things at, we have a platform that we have a whole lot of people that's connected to our show. That if we don't know the information, we can make sure you get it. Just say what you're looking for in the comment section.
Exactly.
And we could assist you.
Let's see if
You know
people
what I'm
talking to
saying?
us.
So we need to know, do we got any comments? Because we didn't pay any homage
There's
to y'all today.
absolutely nothing wrong with being single.
Yeah,
Better
amen.
off single than a loveless relationship in any shape, form, or fashion. That was Tiffany Johnson, y'all.
That's right, Tiffany.
Somebody named Sarita King said,
Yeah, she in
those
Florida.
erring in life on the lady in the middle. My apologies. I missed her name. What'd she say?
She talking about your earrings.
Oh, she said
That's mahogany.
Thank you. That's mahogany blue, baby.
And then Michelle Harris said, I love myself too. Yes, I know my self-worth. And then, let's see if we got some more people talking. Michelle Harris, and you can't make another person love thyself.
You're
Move
right.
on
You
and love
definitely cannot.
yourself.
Come on with it, sister.
Okay.
You definitely cannot. So that's just like with us saying like and share, go to the page. That's simple networking. And what I had to learn, it costs you nothing to like something,
That's
to
right, sister.
share it, to whether it's mine, yours, or somebody else's. Those are the small steps to supporting each other. And the larger vision, like if you got a vision to do something, you can't do it alone. You have to build a team.
That's
it's
right.
no I in team.
That's right.
And people think, oh, I can do this and I don't need, I pray and ask God to send me the right people in my life.
That's
and,
right, and he
and
is.
I'm telling you, complete strangers will support you. And it's like with me bartending, people that I see, and when they know me, and it's like I feel like a little Oprah Winfrey. I'm like, they know about my punch, or they know about my skills. We all want to be prideful in what we do. But we are here. We want everybody to stay on their vision. We want everybody to stay on their goals. It's March the 1st. It's March Madness.
Yes.
It's definitely March Madness. So we definitely, everybody about their bag. We know.
So we're
Y'all
going
are
to challenge
definitely
the
about your
first
bag.
20 people to reach out to us for advertising, to reach out to us to get on the show. And we're going to actually, we'll give them maybe a bonus. You know
We'll
what I'm
give
saying?
you a little gift. We'll give you a little gift.
some kind of
You a little
bonus or
token of our
something.
appreciation.
Might
Yeah.
make y'all some sassy.
Might make y'all some sassy. I might help y'all with a little branding. She might help y'all out with some radio situations.
Hey, you never know.
You never
Get up on
know.
the radio
You
and
just
put your
never
brand
know.
And we
out there.
You might
challenging
have a
y'all
show
to-
that could be on the
Yeah.
actual network. We don't know.
Yeah.
But it's March Madness. Let's march into millions.
Exactly.
Oh, I love that. Y'all like that?
Yes.
March Madness,
yes.
March into
Just a
millions.
March into millions.
So
y'all.
on that note, look out for Talk Show Kings next. We
Yep.
are Talk Show Divas, streaming live out of Douglasville, Georgia. Thank you. Like and share. Y'all still can like and share now.
Yes.
Keep liking and sharing.
We want
and
y'all to do that
We want y'all
part.
to do that, and we respect.
And the YouTube. Like, tell them
And the
about
YouTube,
channel.
yeah, you can go to YouTube TV 1061 YouTube. Just type that in, and then you'll see it up, and you can like and share that also on your page. We would love that. And also look out for the Kings next, yo. They got some hot topics. They're gonna be talking about some good-looking brothers too now. So just tune in, and we're gonna see y'all next week. We out.
Peace
All
and
right,
soul,
see
y'all.
y'all
Love
later.
y'all. Mwah.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.